Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's good? It's me, the Greg Mongo Mango Durango S.E. Bush. What's going on? Joining me, as always, my forever rival, right-hand man, the final Matty. What's going on, Matt? How you doing today, brother?
What is up, good people? Coming to y'all live from the groove, straight after work. Got the beer in my hand, fresh beer. Yeah. My camera. I'm using my laptop camera. I ain't using my actual camera. But I'm here.
Hey, whatever works.
I'm here.
Hey,
Hey, you can
yeah,
see me.
hey, we're
See
here.
me.
That's all,
Y'all
that's all I
see the
care about.
face.
There you go. Yeah, what's going on, folks? Batty, what's going on? Cookies, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Uh, another great night of wrestling from NXT last night.
Yeah.
We didn't see one, but we heard about a murder, which is cool. That's awesome, right? Someone got whacked. It was great.
Nobody's going to jail.
Yeah. So you know, what a weird, but honestly kind of cool way to write somebody off. I'm excited to talk about that. We're gonna talk about NXT. No other major news really happened today, so we'll talk about that. AEW, and we'll be out of your hair.
Right.
What's going on, Kenny? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Kenny?
Gulak gone. Yeah, Gulak damn sure gone. Good lord.
Yeah.
Matt, what'd you think of NXT last night?
NXT. I went into the show not thinking much was going to happen just because of me and you both said it was just like it's slick and mellow and it's a bunch of just eh. And they actually delivered. They over delivered because what they promoted actually turned out better than what it was going to be.
Yeah, I think we were talking. Y'all, I know y'all were talking about it. I was messaging in the chat like this NXT looks like it's gonna suck. Aside from that main event,
Like I was honestly thinking that I was like, well, this looks like it could be a show that could honestly be stiff. And they decided to just go above and beyond and put on their own version of Raw after WrestleMania. 2 weeks later, they waited a week. They waited a few weeks to go off on their night after.
and technically, we're running into like 2 weeks of NXT specials in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, next
Break.
week is yeah. They went. I like the way they went about. They took a week off and gave us. I mean, last week was fun too, but this week set us up great for spring breaking. So we got spring breaking for the next 2 weeks. So I hope that's definitely gonna deliver because the draft
Oh
is in
man,
a few weeks also. So it's like Dragon and they're giving us the best match right off the bat. The spring breaking, the first half of it is next week, and they're giving us Dragon versus Trick right
Ooh,
off the bat next week.
go ahead and do it. Yeah, so we got the draft coming up before we get into NXT.
Mhm.
I think it was Corey Brennan from Fightful was talking about the possible call ups, and from as far as what they have seen in plans, 2 people are set to be called up. 2. Technically, Braun's already been called up, so that doesn't matter.
Dragonoff and Roxanne.
No, Dragunov from Mello.
Oh, yeah.
Roxanne's not even set to be up there as far as right now.
That's so weird because that was just last week. They had her show up
Yeah, and they made it a big deal.
as if she was going to be, as if she was declaring, as they were saying, people declared for the draft. They made it seem like she was declaring for the draft. So she got to
Yeah,
sit there. She got to be the super senior.
I assume more will be moved around because we're gonna get.
Yeah,
Supposedly, we're supposed to be getting main roster people coming down to NXT.
yeah.
Um,
You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, main roster folks are going to be coming down, and I'm pretty sure more main roster people. Whoever comes down, whoever gets called up, it's going to be main roster people to replace.
yeah, it's. I'm excited to see what they do and who goes where. There are plans to bring Baron to SmackDown because they kind of want to keep the Wolf Dogs going
Yeah,
because it
I mean,
ended up
the
just getting them
division,
over.
that tag division on SmackDown is right. I mean, with
It needs.
A-Town Down Under, it
Yeah.
it is yeah, baddie. It's Gulak ain't he's dead in wrestling, but he ain't dead in real life. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
they killed that boy
Yeah.
because of Ronda Rousey.
yeah.
Yeah, Ronda.
Yeah. Let's just jump into NXT.
All
Uh,
right.
I can't believe that's what they decided to do. Um,
I thought the man was gonna eventually get to come back, but they said, "Nah, fuck that, you fired."
yeah, because last week, um when No Quarter Catch Crew popped up on the graphic, his name is no longer there. Like
All
they
right.
have all the others, but his is just not there anymore. We're like, oh, he lost his group. That's not good.
Yeah,
Uh, but so before we get to that, the opening match is Noam Dar against Dijak, and we
that
all
was a good
thought
ass match.
it was, and we all thought Dijak was gonna beat the shit out of him, and he kind of did. But
He did.
Dar took it to him. Like it was a great back and forth.
I was shocked knowing Dog got the win, but at the same time, it's like he's been doing nothing but losing. At some point, he has to win to make him still be seen as a threat to be like just be him. Like you can't just be like if he had lost that, that would have just been the end of him.
Yeah.
Like him beating Dijak helps him. That kickstarts a little run for him. Like he already got the host. He already got the host stand and deliver. So now he's beating Dijak. So that's another like, all right, we see this. You might not have a belt, you might not have the heritage belt, but they like you. HBK likes him enough that he's beating Dijak.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of those guys, HBK clearly loves. I know there's a report that Dijak's contract's coming up soon, and the WWE really wants to keep him. Obviously, because since he's come to NXT, he's been on fire. He's been
Yeah,
on fire.
he cannot. That's somebody they're gonna have to definitely sign because if he goes to AEW, he's gonna be instantly relegated to ROH or just be lost in shuffle and keep leaving. So please sign him back.
Yeah, please,
WWE, please keep him
please
in NXT.
keep this man in on camera and just happy, please God. Noam Dar ended up beating him after a little distraction from Ora Mensa. Ora Mensa got his
Right.
teeth kicked through his skull by Dijak, and then Dijak got hit with the Nova Roller, knocked him out, got the dub. Great opener match. Great opener. I really thought they were just going to have Dijak beat the shit out of him for 5 minutes.
Same
And it ended
here.
up being like a 15, 20-minute banger. So good on them. Next up, we had Ilya Dragunov talking to Ava Rain, GM Ava. And Ava said it's not fair to Trick that he has to face Mello in a steel cage match tonight and then face you next week.
Just being fresh.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? That's fair.
Smart. That's smart. I
Yeah.
understood that. So I like that. I like the fact
Yeah.
that they broke it down with just common sense. So that's
Yeah.
not fair.
Again, I think that's Ava's thing is like Ava's just trying to be as common sense oriented about everything as she can.
Right.
Sometimes it just gets weird on Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, so how about this? You can pick your opponent, whoever you want it to be, because you're a fighting champion. You have to challenge yourself. Pick whoever you want. Ilya said, fuck that. It's an open challenge. I'm not picking shit. They can come out to me and challenge me. They just like, all right, okay, well, I guess that's what we're doing. I guess that's what we're doing. That's not till later. Not Digest. That's not till later. Next,
they end up giving us a damn pay-per-view match. They gave us a damn PLE match for that.
it was great. It was great. It was great. But we'll get to that later. Lola Vice takes on Sol Ruka. Lola's looking better and better.
Yeah, she is definitely improving. Like, yeah, she looked good and all that, but she is definitely making it her mission to get over with her moves and to actually improve in the ring instead of just resting on. She looks good.
Yeah. She's really landing those kicks better and better. After she beat Sol Ruka with a super kick, and that's the finish. I think B. Priestley interfered, stopping Soul from hitting something.
Yeah, Blair Davenport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the match, Natalya pops up on the screen and says, "Hey, you and me, we got problems. So next, in 2 weeks, I'm going to face you in your match." And I was like, "What is her match? She's only been here a year.
What is her match? And now her match is an NXT Underground,
Underground match."
a Raw Underground match.
I was like, Fight Pit would make sense because she's a cage fighter. But no, we're doing the Underground match.
Yeah, Fight Pit would have definitely been made more sense, but
yeah,
to do Underground. So.
It's fine. Natalia's, I guess, new protege, Petrovic.
Oh yeah,
backstage talking, and Lola shows up and says she did the whole like she ain't me, and then she said that next week she's gonna bring someone with her to do a signing, and the rumor is it's an MMA star, former MMA star. So
the old four horsewomen of Ronda.
That's what I think. I think it's gonna be Shayna, but it could be anybody.
Nobody important. It's about to be somebody. It's about to be somebody. We're like, who the fuck is this?
Like it's either gonna be Shayna Baszler or somebody that like did nothing. Yeah, it's one or the other. Soul, she got, like Kenny said, she kicked the shit out of her. It's the Duke man. Oh God, not Duke, not Jessamine Duke. It was solid. What wasn't anything crazy great, but Lola has potential.
Yeah.
We had a Joaquin Wilder, Rich Holland, which was nothing. I don't know if you want to talk about that match.
Yeah, that was. As soon as that match came on, I said it yesterday. I was like, as soon as this match comes on, I'm getting up because I don't care about it. It ain't even the point that he injured Big E. I don't care about Rich.
Yeah, it's nobody gives a shit. There's nothing you can really do about him at this point.
Right.
This is when we get the tease of Georgina, Gigi Dolan's next evolution or whatever the hell they're doing. She's sitting on a park bench like Forrest Gump and is met by Ariana Grace, who tells her that she needs to, they're going to make her more presentable, and the important thing is about this world is to promote peace.
Right.
Are you not signed to wrestle? Like, is that not? What are you signed here to do? Why are you here? Did you sign the wrong contract? Like, what happened? My issue. I thought we were gonna get it like a new gimmick with Gigi.
That's what I thought we were getting too.
That's apparently not what we're doing. What we're doing is just Gigi's gonna be Gigi, but Gigi's gonna also have a dress that she Gigi-fies.
Oh,
and I guess we're just gonna keep the feud going. I
was with you. I thought we were gonna get a slow burn to Gigi's new gimmick, but it's just Gigi. So Gigi dress. Like nothing's going to be accomplished at the end of the story. She's still going to be Gigi. Ariana's still going to be Ariana. Yeah, but Gigi's looking good. Like they both looking good. I like looking at them. That's about it.
It looks great. Just that, like, where the hell are we going with this? Speaking of where the hell we're going with this, Andre Chase and Thea Hale are backstage, and Andre Chase apologizes for not telling Thea about what happened. About betting all of Chase U on Thea, which, let's be real, was very stupid. That was a very dumb thing to do. Why the hell would you bet an entire school on a wrestling match ever? So Chase says that, wasn't her fault. He wanted her to know that he believes in her, and it's not, he just wants them to be cool again. Thea hugs her. We get the nice little hug moment. We're going to see Thea Hale take on Tatum Paxley, right? Is that who it was?
Right.
Tatum?
Yeah, it was Tatum.
Yeah.
It was decent.
It was fine. It was fine. I saw a picture. Someone posted a picture of like Tatum in her first gimmick in WWE to now, and it is a very big difference. Like
Yeah,
she underwent a change.
and it was needed. Like it was honestly needed. Vic just happy because his wife got fired. That's why he be acting up. Because Mackenzie Mitchell, she the one that got fired, so he can act the fool because his wife ain't there. That's why Vic be acting up.
That was the funniest. Like, I'm sorry, Book. I didn't hear what you said. I was too busy looking at Tatum. Like, no shit. There was a promo that Tatum had out that was like, nobody ever wants to play with me. He's like, goth girl toys. I'm sure those are around. I'm pretty sure those are like horror high dolls from years ago.
Mhm.
Like the whole, everyone wants a Barbie. Nobody wants me. That ended back in like 2010.
Right.
But I'm still liking this Tatum thing.
They need to get to the payoff. Like,
Yeah,
what is the payoff? That's what it is.
yeah. That with a lot of women's stories they have in NXT right now. It's kind of just floating, a lot of floating.
Because it's like Lyra has lost the title, and that you would have thought we would have gotten the payoff in that match versus Roxanne, but Roxanne just beat her, and it still hasn't paid off. Tatum is still like Lyra, and the funny part about all of this is like Roxanne has moved on, Lyra has moved on, and I noticed like Roxanne made fun of them. Like she's, I guess she's mad at her little girlfriend. I was like, why? It was just awkward. Like, it was just that's an awkward feud. Like, why are you still Roxanne? Why are you still talking about them? You've already won the ultimate prize in the NXT Women's title. Like, there's no point in rubbing it in at this point.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But like you said, they just need to get to the payoff for a lot of their storylines because, like you said, we're just in a holding pattern.
Mommy's Tsunami is crazy. Mommy Tsunami. I kind of love that. Yeah, I don't know why we're still doing her in what was her name again, Matt?
Lyra, Tatum Paxton,
No, Blair
Blair
Davenport.
Davenport. Oh yeah, Blair
I
Davenport
don't.
and Soul Rupa is dumb too. Like that's a feud that should be done. There's no reason that should be going all the way to spring break.
Yeah, it needs to stop. Yes, the spring break shows are looking pretty good.
Yeah.
We then get the D'Angelo family, and most of them are dressed in black except for Rizzo, who she's doing her own thing.
She's a girl, so she can.
They come out and they start talking about business and how business is booming. Despite Tony losing, everyone's looking better. Rizzo's going to be the future of this division, which is a bold claim, but she has a lot of competition. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's bad. It's like, there's a lot. Have a good one, brother.
Hang in there. You be off before you know.
There's a lot of competition. And then No Quarter Catch Crew comes out. And in Little Regal, Charlie Dempsey is just talking a lot of shit.
Right.
For what?
And that's honestly how I was watching that whole segment. I'm just watching it, and I'm like, I honestly don't know what is going on. Last night, like the show yesterday, my whole thing was, all right, Tony D'Angelo has left. He ain't getting the world title. He ain't getting the NXT title. As far as I'm concerned, that just tells me, hey, North American title material. And I was waiting on him to say something about the North American title. Nope. He decides to just tell everybody he killed Drew Gulak. So he told everybody he killed Drew.
Yeah.
He should be.
I guess Tony was like, I want to go for a title, maybe the Heritage Cup. Maybe he said that, and then they come out. And Charlie says, I didn't like how our business got aired last week, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know. I don't think that happened.
It
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about.
And that's when Tony says, hey, we took out the trash because you didn't have the cojones to do so, which means they killed Drew Gulak. In story, the D'Angelo family whacked Drew Gulak for the no quarter catch crew.
Now, if y'all don't know the actual true story of what happened, Ronda Rousey a few weeks ago said she's been on a tour of just airing her grievances. It's like Festivus, except it's not Christmas, and it's Ronda Rousey, so we don't give. But we're listening to her because she's Ronda Rousey at the same time. It's UFC Ronda. She decided to give a recap of her experiences. She decided to basically try and say that Drew Gulak sexually harassed her. All that actually happened is Drew Gulak walked up to her to be punished and untied. He just undid her drawstring. It's a common joke that everybody has done. But because we live in the world of Me Too and sexual harassment and that sort of stuff, unfortunately, this nice man, Drew Gulak, is no longer, he's basically unemployed. Like them killing him off of NXT last night basically means he got fired. All because of him playing a joke of undoing a drawstring. But because Ronda Rousey made it sound like he was being nasty and being and he was just basically just being a pervert. He's caught the short end of the stick. He's out of the job. Right when he was probably about to get one of the biggest pushes in WWE. Like every time they tried to push him, some bullshit happens. And this
Yeah.
time, this was not his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. I feel bad for him. It's almost as if this is just like what you call it from MSK. This is
I was about to say this is
this
just
is
like
essentially
Nash
just like
Carter.
that. This is
Nash
just like
Carter.
Nash Carter.
Same shit. Yeah,
So if
I
Drew
was
Gulak
just
shows up in
thinking that.
TNA, if he shows up in TNA, that man better be on TV. Like this is
I
the one
mean,
time. This is the one time where it's like if he shows up in ROH, I won't even be mad because he's still on TV. Like, he's
yeah,
somewhere because
somewhere.
he has honestly caught the short end of the stick.
Well, he's buddies with Cassidy and them because they were the ants in PWG.
Mm-hmm.
So he might get a shot. I would like to see him in Ring of Honor or TNA. Him as a X Division champion sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Right now he's not fired, but there are no plans factored into bringing him back to TV at any point going forward. So it's coming soon.
Like he's fired or he's about to just be a PC trainer.
Yeah.
Like he better hope they just keep him on to be. And even this, you'll probably agree with me on this one. We don't know what he's thinking, so I don't know how old he is. Maybe he's thinking about hanging it up. He might be thinking about getting. So the whole fact of he's not on TV anymore might like this whole situation might be a silver lining because he might be getting ready to be done and just become a trainer. So if he's already getting ready to do that and he's already under the WWE umbrella, he's got a good job to be on TV. Like all you got to do is train folks and exercise.
It's wild because like he was also, if you play the 2K games, he is the trainer you have when you do the tutorial. Like he pops up, talks to you how to do this. So like he was
talking to us because he's about to really be a trainer.
Yeah. So, it's and like we don't know, she said the way she said it. He recounted his version of the story. I don't know. All I know is it doesn't sound. I've had that. I've had that done to me, and I don't understand the maybe something we just don't get. I don't know, but I think it sucks. And he's also not doing herself any favors because everything else she has said has been her anti everything about wrestling and hating WWE, hating wrestling. It's like, well, at this point, like, why are we putting stock into this? Like, it sucks. I don't know. I'm biased. I shouldn't be saying that, but like
at the end of the day, just say like you said, it's just Ronda Rousey having sour grapes about everything. There was nothing that would have made her happy in WWE. She just wanted to get paid. She has obviously complained about every single thing that has happened. We understand about like Vince McMahon, and all that, but it just sounds like she just wanted to get her money and not work. That's what it really sounds like. I can't believe they honestly are having me wrestle. What do you mean? You're a wrestler. You have to wrestle.
Well, the thing is, like, we expected her to show up once every few months, and that was going to be it. And she ended up wrestling like every week. And like, did they tell you to do that, or like, because you definitely could have gotten the once every 4 months deal
Right.
that Logan Paul's on.
Like
There's no
her
way you
complaining,
couldn't.
she always I forget the I don't even know the word I'm looking for. She always like she cancels out every argument that she does. Like we can always catch her in a lie. Well, I didn't want to wrestle every week. Okay, so what was that a few months ago when you just randomly showed up and said on? Like, what was that?
Like you said, you want to work for all this, and you don't want to have anything handed to you, and then you get a championship handed to you, and then years later you're like, they didn't hand me anything; I had to work for it. Like, what do you want?
On top of saying she was a lifelong fan, but then didn't understand how the Money in the Bank worked.
I don't know. Like it's just the way that she's gone about.
Catching her in lies. And so a lot of it, it's like, well, you said this a few years ago, and now you're saying the opposite. You've done a 180, but you're still saying you believe what she still believes both sides of the argument. She'll be like, oh, I'm for this, but I also hate it. You can't do both. You either hate it or you don't. It's like she likes money, she don't like wrestling. She likes money, she don't like getting punched in the face.
I just
She don't want to work. That's all it is.
I do try to, like, every time stuff like that comes out, you're like, oh, that sucks. I feel so bad when that happened to you. But like the past 3 months of her like just talking everything has been terrible. Everything has been negative. Everything sucks. They treated me incorrectly, even though they didn't. They treated you like a megastar.
She swears that this is literally her argument. How dare y'all not treat me as if I'm Ronda Rousey? When in all hindsight, they treated you as if you are Ronda Rousey.
She got the belt in her first 4 months of
She showed up at the Royal Rumble. She got a match at WrestleMania. She was in the title. She had a title shot the next pay-per-view. She lost that because of Money in the Bank, and then she won the next pay-per-view. So yeah, 4 months. She lived 4 to 5 months. She was a world champion, but they didn't treat her the way she was supposed to be treated. Then she got the main event WrestleMania.
And then also between that, she beat everybody.
She
beat everybody. She snapped everybody's arms. She broke everybody's necks. Like, she beat the shit out of everyone and looked out. Like, what more could you want? If it was just the lighter schedule, that's kind of on you for not doing that. Like, you probably should have out of that one. The way this sounds, it sounds like you didn't realize you could do that, and that's on you. Like, at this point, you should have been like, "Oh, look at Brock Lesnar's doing this shit."
I was just about to say she should have topped the Brock. Brock is the ultimate. He is the blueprint as to how you want to go from MMA to WWE.
Bingo.
If you're not talking to Brock Lesnar or picking his brain on how to go about doing the transition, then you're not trying to be successful.
Now we
because Brock's sitting at home with his money. And I'm going to be seeing forever.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing Brock for a while, if ever. The pisser. Next up, we had Ilya Dragunov's open challenge, and we see what I kind of like to see when open challenges happen. The locker room clears out.
This is a common sense approach. Like, if it's an open challenge and everybody should be wanting to fight the world champion, then it should be a knockdown, drag-out fight on who's going to be the one to face him. I love the way Javon Evans just basically just poofed out of nowhere. That man just instant transmission, like he was DBZ, like he was Dragon Ball Z. He just showed up out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, I guess I'll fight them."
Yeah, just popped up. And man, to have that be his second match in NXT.
The young OG
They
has seal of approval from HBK and everyone else because you're going
Young
against the
OG.
world champion in your second, like you said, his second official match in NXT. He's been on level up, but last week was his first match, his first televised match on NXT. And then the second week, he's facing the champion and didn't get destroyed. Like he held his
No,
own.
that's the thing. Like he looked good in the loss. He really he hits his stuff smooth. He sells like Dolph. The way he
Yeah.
takes those hits and just kind of falls back, he sells just like Dolph. I
What's up,
think
Nation? When you saw me say it in the chat, I said, "Man, he just Undertaker him," because it's seeing that match. I said, "This is Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy." If y'all have
yes,
never seen that match, please watch this. It happened on Monday Night Raw in like 2002, 2003.
the
It
ladder
is a
match.
It's a ladder match. It's a weird time period because this is when they're getting rid of all of the secondary titles, and they decide to have the secondary titles all get combined under the undisputed title in random matches on Raw. So like every week it's like the Intercontinental title is gone, then the European title is gone. We get this week this match I'm talking about. We have the hardcore champion in Jeff Hardy fighting the undisputed champion in Undertaker, and it's a title for title. So Undertaker, basically, they go back and forth. And Jeff Hardy, this is Jeff Hardy still in like full tag team mode. He's the beginning of a singles run, and he goes off, leaves it all out there. And Undertaker looks at him like, You really want me to make you famous? Like you really like you're not trying to back down from this ass." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna beat your ass." He beats his ass, but at the end of it, Jeff Hardy gets up and tells him, "You may have beat me, but I'm still standing. I'm still here." And Undertaker turns around and looks at him like, You have lost your mind. You have obviously lost your mind." But that is the match that honestly made Jeff Hardy. That is the seal of approval. Jeff Hardy was a made man that night. Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker, a ladder match. Undertaker don't do ladder matches, so that's
No,
already so a ladder match featuring the Undertaker and Jeff Hardy. If y'all got the
he
network,
was
go back and watch it. If it's on
yeah,
YouTube, go back and watch it because that is honestly you. Javon Evans and Dragunov did that match
yeah,
again, and Javon Evans is on his way to being North American champion, NXT champion, whatever it is.
yeah.
I'm at the brewery. I'm at the brewery here in Louisville, my home away from home. That's
It
where I'm at.
the kid's incredible. I mean, good lord, he's great.
Like
He's one of those.
I knew he was good. It's like seeing him actually wrestle in person. Because Twitter highlights though, like Twitter highlights did him justice. But honestly, actually seeing him wrestle on NXT because a lot of us and we're going to be honest. Ain't none of us watching Level Up. We don't have time. I think he's like 19, 20. He's
Yeah,
not even old enough to drink yet.
he's 19. Yeah, he's a kid. He's definitely a kid.
And he's out here wrestling grown men. He's doing everything. He's that's why he calls himself the young OG. He's old in wrestling. He's old because of his experience in wrestling. But age wise, he's still young. He's still a baby. He's
He's
19.
he's one of those guys you expect to pop up in AEW. Where you're like, oh shit, it's that kid off the Indies that everyone's talking about. Like Nick Wayne or a few others. We're like, oh shit, I know, like, I've heard of him. Yeah,
And then
like he's
we see them like progress, and before you know it, they're a world champion. But
yeah.
that's AEW, so we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Nick Wayne's he's trying. He's trying.
He'll be Christian for some fake title.
Christian for my dad championship.
Basically.
But yeah, like so that's why like WWE getting him is kind of a shock. And he wasn't doing Level Up for long before he popped up on NXT. Like, it was not a long
Right.
process.
He literally probably had like a month's worth of level up matches before they were like, all right, and WrestleMania is done. Let's put him on TV. Let's put him on actual TV and not Peacock.
And it worked, man. He's got a lot of talent. I can't wait to see what else he does. He's definitely one of those guys that's going to be like you said, North American champion within like in a year or two. But he's so young, so they have so much time to cook him and get him ready.
That's the crazy part. Like, honestly, look at him. You look at people like him, and honestly, if you look at him, he is what Hook would be if he was in WWE. Because Hook is he's not as young. Hook is not as young as Evan, but he's right up there. And the best thing you want now in a wrestler is their youth, and you want to get them in a system as early as you can get them into. He's 19, and he's going to be, by the time he is 30 years old, he is going to know the WWE way of wrestling like the back of his hand.
Yeah.
He's basically going to be the Black Seth Rollins. He's going to be the Black Seth Rollins.
And
he's probably better than Seth. If his knees don't give out.
I'm looking like for a while, like that Performance Center, you were just bringing in big indie names or names from other companies, and they're like, oh, they can't produce any talent because like all you have are like Charlotte and a few others, but aside from that, everybody else was coming from somewhere else.
Right.
The past few years, they've been developing their own talent and showing they're pretty good at it. So,
someone, family.
Yeah, like they're pretty great at developing people that don't have any experience. So bringing him in, he's already clearly polished. Like he really doesn't need much work in ring. All he's gonna get from NXT is how to be a character. That's it.
And exposure. He's getting put in the living room. That's honestly all it is.
I think it would be cool to see him and Oba down the line. Like if Oba stays the monster and stays undefeated, let him be the one to take the belt off Oba.
I need him. They need to do either it needs to be he needs to be in a ladder match. Some way, somehow.
Bring back a 6-man ladder match for the North American Championship. It should be a yearly match every year. Yes, every year. They should do it every year.
Because, he's young, but right now he has youth on his side, so he can do all that stuff and get right back up. Give him 5 more years, he's gonna be like, oh, ooh, yeah, this hurts.
He's gonna slow down. Yeah, he's gonna slow down a little bit, but I mean, still, just incredible. He's so smooth. It's. I can't wait to see what he does in a few years.
The young OG nickname matches him so perfect because at first I was like, well, why are they calling him the young OG? And now it's like, oh, I see it. Because you move like a veteran. But you're 19. Yeah. I see what y'all do. Like, NXT is going to be, I was here at the ground floor for 2.0. HBK. Triple H did great things. HBK and his Explore page on Instagram, he's doing damage.
He might surpass Triple H's NXT as far as what it develops after the people leave.
Because Triple are right up there with Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah, they're both incredible. Yeah, and then you have Braun, who was your monster like Asuka. We have the thing with Triple H's NXT is it had to go to Vince McMahon's WWE. So you see someone just clean up and just be this amazing talent in NXT,
and then erase.
Yeah, only 1 or 2 people would survive the main route. Like Finn Balor got his start and then he got hurt, so he can never hide again. And
Nakamura for that little bit, but like you said, a lot of folks.
That's about it.
Yeah, a lot of folks, their NXT gimmick it only carries over as far as their entrance, and then after that, they're a completely different character.
Yeah, I think
now, now
HBK
HBK, like
is
you said,
so he's so hands on with everything.
because
He's
like
so
you said,
invested.
the problem was they had to go into Vince McMahon's WWE, and now that we basically have DX running WWE, and they know how each other thinks, it's complete synergy. Like for the first time ever, probably in WWE, we have synergy between their developmental and the main roster. So what we see in developmental is what we're for the most part going to see, just more polished and over the top on the main roster. Like Melo is going to be a heel. We know Melo is done, but Melo is a heel. He's not going to be a heel. That was just putting that heel seasoning on him. He's going to be a suit. I don't see how he could not be a face when he shows up on Raw, because he's definitely showing
Melo,
up on Raw. He's not going to SmackDown because SmackDown got already they already assigned enough votes.
even if he's a heel, I think Melo is gonna be so over with crowds so fast.
Right.
It's not gonna take long before he's like I cannot believe they ended up just having Melo and Trick together years ago, and they ended up being like two of their best talents that they've ever. It's great. So
It's
yeah, there's a lot to look forward
organic.
to on this roster. And it's
Right.
really, you just see Javon like, God, that kid is going to be somebody. And now we get to say that about talents in NXT, and it's coming true.
Mm-hmm.
Where before you're like, oh my God, that guy's going to be incredible. That guy's going to be great. Oh, she's fantastic. And then nothing. Now we are being actually rewarded finally for
Right.
watching everything. It's finally
Yep.
happened. Next up we have Ivar and Josh Briggs. Ivar, for some reason, is playing a face in NXT. Earlier in the day, Josh Briggs is getting checked out for his broken ribs. And Ivar says,
Mm-hmm.
hey, man, sorry about what happened to you. I know that's terrible. Look, once I beat Oba, you get the first crack at my North American Championship. And Josh said, fuck that. Fuck you. We're fighting. I don't know why.
I was so confused. Like before that segment, as soon as that segment came on, I was like, okay, so that makes sense as to why he had such a banger of a match versus Sheamus. Y'all wanted him to look good in Raw. And now here he is in NXT. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he was in NXT. Like he's showing up in NXT randomly because he wants the North American title. So of course he's gonna look good in a loss. But Sheamus. Oh, all right. I see what you do in HBK. Is Ivar gonna be over Abu High?
Probably
It's gonna be
not.
a good ass match. It's gonna be a good ass
Exactly.
match. That's a spring breaking type of match.
Damn right. It's good. Josh said, say that shit again. Yeah, you have they had him beat Josh, but Josh didn't look like a bitch.
He really
Josh
did.
he looked like an idiot, but that's kind of who Josh Briggs is. Josh Briggs is kind of stupid. That's his character.
They're still giving us these like we're still on the trail of breadcrumb that JBL left us. And eventually we're gonna get to JBL. Because JBL picking him for the Iron Survivor match and all that, that has to eventually pay off. Like we're slowly getting to that payoff of why JBL selected him.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
he's gonna turn into either baby JBL, something's gonna happen.
like he really does. He has JBL's like oomph and that like the fuck down. Like he has that in him.
He's just kind of stupid.
Yeah, he's just kind of dumb. He's just kind of a dumb dude.
He still needs to learn the ways of. He just has to be smarter. He's still dumb, just like Bradshaw was. He woke up and spelled the coffee after they lost that tag title match. And Farouk got fired.
Because you go back and watch, Bradshaw's a kind of a dumb person. JBL is not. Bradshaw's kind of an idiot. JBL is a genius. Like he's a little slow, but he's got the spirit.
That is definitely Josh. That is definitely Josh Briggs.
1000%. Briggs is able to like tackle him and clothesline, not clothesline, but like he's taking Ivar down, and he goes for a power bomb. And you're like, see, that's why you're dumb. That right there. See, if you weren't stupid, you wouldn't have done that. But because you're stupid, you go for the power bomb, you break your ribs again, and then Ivar just beats the shit out of you. And Ivar hits a tiger driver and on the floor.
Then you wondering why you lost.
Jeez. He puts him in like, all right, you could pin him right here. And Ivar goes at the top. And I was like, all right, either they're gonna have Josh just look like a complete moron right now for character reasons, or he's gonna roll and beat Ivar, who can't get beat. So right as he goes for the moonsault, I'm like, oh, okay, Ivar's winning. Ivar landed right on his shoulder and neck. Did you see it? Did you see this? Jesus!
I don't know how he's not hurt.
Oh my God!
Broken.
Oh my God!
If that was Spike Dudley, we've been talking about 2024 RIP, so he was bad.
Like, it's I was watching it for work. I just went like his knee landed in his right shoulder joint, and the rest of his body landed on Josh's head.
And that was red. Oh wait, she's been out. She's already out. Everybody else would have been out. Like, they got lucky that he didn't get hurt off of that. They got extremely lucky.
Yeah,
nothing was torn.
Could have been very bad. Could have been
incredible.
But it was fun. It was just fucking enjoyable. Big Hoss matches in NXT. Never thought I'd see it. Finally, we have the main event. The match we've been waiting for. Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams cage match.
That was a good match.
Great. It was
a great graduation match for Melo. He was finally on his way to the main roster.
If you saw Stand and Deliver, you pretty much saw this match. It's just the same thing, but there's a cage.
Mm-hmm.
But Melo gets some help from the security. They throw in a little nightstick for him. Throw in the chair. Melo hits the trick shot. It's a trick shot, right? Not trick.
Yeah, trick shot.
It's a trick shot on the chair into Melo's face. When Melo lands, he gets a Mick Foley chair land. You know, like when he fell through the Hell in a Cell and the chair landed on his face?
Yeah.
Melo gets hit. The chair flies and it bounces off the rope and the cage, tumbles back and lands on his face. So when he's getting pinned, the chair, you can't even see his face. He's just dead. Great main event. Great way to wrap that up.
Right.
Did you see what he did after the match?
I didn't see what he did.
So Melo or Trick is pointing to Ilya, and they're kind of dancing and whatever.
Right.
Match ends, and when Melo stands up, the crowd gives him a "Thank you, Melo" chant.
Oh, wow.
Melo turns around, wipes his nose. You know how he does, and then he just goes.
Good old heel work. That is good heel work right there.
Love him. Gotta love that guy. He's great. He's
staying in character, and I like that. Because when Brian lost last week, they had a whole farewell. We're gonna miss you, bro. Nope, they ain't doing that with Melo. Melo just gone.
He was like, Baron, you're honestly, you're one of my best friends, man. Like, he was just legit. It was like he was going overseas. Like,
right. They let him get a farewell. Melo was like, nah, fuck y'all.
You. Great episode of NXT. Two great episodes back to back.
Right.
Spring Breaking's looking fantastic. I can't wait.
We're about to have a whole month of great developmental action.
It's gonna be a fun time. Let's get into AEW. Again, I'm trying to make sure we don't have any other news to cover.
Nah, we're not cooking. We're not predicting Spring Breaking. That's just that's a regular show. Ain't no PLE.
That's TV. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's on regular TV.
That's like predicting the Raw after Mania. Hell no. They ain't doing
that. Like when Mike and Kenny made me predict Battle of the Belts. Then I
Oh,
retain. Oh, I retain.
you're gonna hold on to that shit, aren't you? next time someone's like, we don't need to do that. You're just going, hey, I had to do it, and I did it. Gonna hit him with a shooter McGavin. No. I had to defend that shit off of Frankenstein's foot. Oh god.
Oh man. The AEW, this should be. This is the go home. Is it the go home because they have like 45,000 shows between now and Sunday? But this is
I get
essentially
it.
the go home.
Go home
Dynamite. It's the go home Dynamite of Dynasty, which we will be predicting tomorrow night.
That will be
tomorrow.
Predicted. Yeah, that
will be predicted. Cookies.
Yeah, no other news to get into. So let's just talk AEW. Obviously, the big main part of this show, we're gonna see Adam Copeland and I believe Thunder Rosa. No,
yeah.
Willow Nightingale. Sorry, Adam Copeland and Willow Nightingale taking on Julia Hart and Brody King, which people are excited about Willow getting this opportunity, which they should be. That's good for Willow.
Right.
Working with Edge, cool shit. Unfortunately, the Jarrah hook continues because we're gonna get Taz bringing them together for a meeting. Don't know why. Don't know why we're getting Taz involved in this. Did you see that Jericho trademarked the Jericho Vortex?
The Vortex? Damn it. Vortex Multiverse?
Yeah.
Something where he's heard us. That man lives on wrestling Twitter. And he sits on there and basically sees, oh man, this person has been trapped from the Jericho Vortex. That has been a running joke. It's like, dang, you don't want to get stuck in the Jericho time loop because once he gets you, he got you. And that man is like, oh, so y'all want to talk about me? All right, trademark. Which is smart. He's like, if y'all going to talk about me, y'all going to pay me. But it's like, come on now.
Yeah, he's not looking at it as, oh, nobody wants to see me. He's looking at it, oh, I gotta get this extra cash. I gotta get paid.
Chris Jericho is the king of vanity searching. That's all that proves. He is the king of vanity searching. And if y'all don't know what vanity searching is, that is you type in your own name on Twitter and then you see what everybody else is talking, see what everybody else says about you. He is the king of that.
It never goes well. Either you see people say some shit about you don't need to see, or nobody's talking about you. There's no good thing.
I was like, what can I trademark today?
What do they call me today? That's what we're going to go with. All right. We're going to get Deonna Purrazzo taking on Mariah May. We're going to see Orange Cassidy and Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor's getting on TV, man.
Finally.
Yeah. Good for Shane Taylor. You know, get him some wins.
Right.
Get him some wins.
Treat him like we need ROH Shane Taylor. That's honestly what everybody wants to see. We want to see Shane Taylor for the promotion, whichever one it was. That's what
Shane
we
Taylor
want to
promotion,
see.
Yeah. Bring the Rev back, wherever the hell he is. I need Ron Hunt on my TV at all times. Yeah, a little bit. Also, I didn't realize this because I missed it, I guess, after the match. Did you know that Trent broke up with the Best Friends?
I kind of knew because he turned on them in like one of their matches, but it was like, why?
After the Bucks beat him.
Yeah, it was one of those reactions where it was like, well, you're not the person I would have thought that would have turned on them, but
yeah,
okay.
I
guess.
I didn't see that after the match, so because it was not talked about because that's the same week that the Punk interview dropped and everything with Mania was happening, so I didn't hear about it until this week.
He's awkward as a heel. Like I could not. It's not convincing. Like he's gonna have to do a little for me to be convinced that he's a heel.
We'll see. He's good, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I
he's
just didn't know
good.
what happened.
It's just like Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. All right. I mean, they're really, really lovable, but Trent, you're you're going to have to do some despicable stuff if you're going to want us to hate you because you're just not there for us to be
Also, what are we gonna do?
like,
We're gonna boo Sue. We're gonna boo Sue now. We're not booing Sue. I was like, you should have had you should have had Chuck Taylor steal the van and just leave.
he's the one I would have thought would have turned heel, not no Trick Beretta.
We're also gonna see.
Looking at that just makes me feel like he's almost like he's on the road to being like Powerhouse Hobbs, like when Hobbs finally turned heel. You're like, oh,
Yeah, that's gonna suck. That's gonna be a shame. We're also gonna see the new IWGP, that's New Japan, World Champion John Moxley. That's right. The Shield didn't have a world title for 5 minutes,
right.
and then Mox got a belt.
This is so
like 5 days that they lasted without the Shield having a belt.
it's so weird because as much as they started AEW saying like, oh, we're not going to be working with New Japan, and that's all they do is work with New Japan. Man. Like everybody swore up and down. We all thought like, oh, they're going to be working. They ain't gonna be working with New Japan because New Japan's gonna be mad that they lost the Bucks, Page, Kenny Omega. Nope. They are. You have an AEW person. Yes, AEW. John Moxley is the IWGP champion because ever since AEW started, New Japan has just been kind of just shit out of luck because they don't have anybody. They've been having to go to their actual own people to crown as champ. And slowly but surely, this icy relationship has stalled, and now AEW has the IWGP champion in John Moxley because John Moxley is the face of AEW. He is AEW.
Jesus Christ, they really have taken all their belts. I didn't even think about that. Eddie's got the strong title, unless that got taken off recently. Mox has got that. Like, what's next?
Like as much as they say, like, oh, we're not gonna work with New Japan. Y'all do nothing but work with New Japan, and y'all have literally ripped them off because
Almost
New
exclusively.
Japan, New Japan was the first promotion that started the whole faction warfare, and then y'all copied it with y'all's faction. We don't care about y'all's faction. So, but I'm happy that John Moxley is the IWGP champion. I mean,
Yeah, good for Mox. That's
it's
awesome.
a good feather in the hat because the other boys in the Shield ain't gonna be able to say that because they not leaving.
We're gonna hear from Mercedes Monet. We're gonna hear from Swerve Strickland. We're gonna hear from Samoa Joe. So I'm sure we're gonna get Joe and Strickland face to face one last time. Yeah.
All right, Mercedes will dance and talk about money
Yeah.
and how
That's what she does. Now but this main event that we got, Claudio Castagnoli taking on Will Ospreay.
And that's gonna be the 10-star Meltzer rating match, and it's gonna deliver. Like that's the type of like honestly, AEW is in their bag when they book matches like this. This is what we want to see. AEW is good at just booking great ass matches that are once in a lifetime, twice in a lifetime.
That's how they got to where they are. That's what got them to the show. They a lot, and I think we've done it where we're like, oh, you need to like explain who this person is better, or you need a bit more story. You know what? Sometimes what they really nail is giving you the best athletic match you will see all week. That is how they got to where they are. So, and with the past few weeks, they've been doing that. They've really been nailing it.
Like I really like the Battle of Wills. Just as stupid as that. I'm like, that makes sense. They're both named Will, but at the same time, we know the term Battle of Wills. Yeah. So it's like, oh, okay.
It's like, why are they fighting? But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's gonna be a great match, and it was. Shibata's been showing up, wrestling people. It's been fun. So sometimes, I think this is probably like, okay, last week was a little stressful. Might have spent the entire Dynamite firing back at WWE.
All right.
So the past like three shows, they did Rampage, Collision, and then this. We're getting these amazing matches. Like, all right, there we go. That's the AEW of old that we like. That's what we want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the mixed tag match because, again, Willow's always awesome. I love Edge.
Right.
Outside of the Will and Claudio match, what are you looking forward to on this show?
Let's see. Outside of that, maybe Adam Copeland and Willow, and then seeing if the elite, just seeing what the elite is going to do after last week's debacle.
Yeah, God.
I know last on that list is Taz and Jericho and Hook. 'Cause I don't know. Y'all you stuck in the vortex.
Yeah. Ready to see Mariah May serving bisex OC? Unfortunately, her across the pond girlfriend is gone for a while. Mariah May left. Not Mariah May. Mina Shirakawa went back to Japan for a while. So if you were looking forward to that, like everybody else here was, I hate to break the news to you. Yeah, I think this is one of those shows where you're like, one thing is good, one or two things are good, but not looking forward to it. And that's when
just like NXT, how we thought NXT was going to be last night.
Yeah, that's when the Tuesday Wednesday night shows are making you think it'll be all right. That's when you're gonna get the best product every time. Folks, we appreciate it. That's gonna be it for us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Like Matt said, we're gonna be doing predictions for Dynasty. We're gonna kick Mike's ass.
All right, we're gonna kick. Yeah, you ain't gonna kick my ass. I ain't got no. I'm the forever IC champion. So y'all can kick my ass, but I'm still gonna be IC champion.
We can take it from Matt. That shit's stuck on him.
Right.
He's gonna bury with that belt. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about Dynasty. We'll go over the rest of the week as a whole. There's gonna be news tomorrow regarding a few things, I'm sure.
Already said that we're not doing predictions for TNA.
No, not TNA. Well. Do we want to make like?
Is it an Impact special or is it a POE?
It's hold on. I think it's a special, but let me check.
The crazy thing about TNA is they are always, unlike AEW, they are willing to do a title thing.
No, it's Rebellion. TNA, it's Rebellion. It's a pay-per-view. Oh
okay.
Shit. Good call, Reggie. Good call, Reggie.
Now it's a
prediction weekend.
Double prediction.
I'll be sure to tell Mike you said hey. I'll be sure to tell Mike you said hi.
Right.
Kanisha, if you're still here tomorrow, you gotta predict. You gotta defend your belt because you're the champion. So show up tomorrow for this show because we need you to defend that stuff.
Right. We'll be on at 8:45, 9-ish. But we will be there.
If you want to know when we're going to go live, follow us. Facebook.com/UnderTheRingPod and Twitch.tv/UnderTheRingPod. You can also see us at our links. Also, Linktree_/UnderTheRingPod, where you'll see me at DragonSK, also where we stream. You'll see Kenny at Rockrose44. My forever rival himself, Matt the Right Answer. We got the teacher man, Mike Jones, and our current predictions champion. We got the street team captain, Tito at Borea Maliente. And last but not least, our good friend, local news correspondent, Justin D. Baxley. Folks, have a good night.
All right. Y'all be safe in whatever y'all do. And we will see y'all tomorrow night for predictions. Till then. Just do the Don. Just do the Don. Do that.
Watch out for the Don Tony.
Yeah, watch out for the Don. Yeah, do